This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, and welcome back to another edition of Edmonton Oilers discussion here on the channel. And how about we don't even call it discussion? We don't have to discuss anything, discuss an idea, discuss an article. No, we got news. We got Oilers news today, and my goodness, it's getting grim out there for the Oilers news if it ain't grim enough in every other aspect right now. But that said, my friends, we've got a signing to announce, and well, it's already been announced. That's old news for you. You know what's going on. Everybody's aware the Edmonton Oilers signed draft pick Philip Kemp today. Now, if you're not aware, Philip Kemp who? Philip Kemp what? And Philip Kemp, if you're not fully aware, may have also come up once this offseason already when it comes to Craig Button and some rankings he did on some TSN program back a couple of months ago. I want to say he ruffled a couple of feathers, in my opinion, by saying that Philip Kemp is a top 10 prospect for the Edmonton Oilers. I believe it goes back to August 5th. Let me see here. 2019 Oilers prospects. That's Philip Kemp. This is way old. Never mind. That's not what I want. But he had the Oilers Philip Kemp pretty high in the organization, but it'll be interesting to see what Philip Kemp brings to the table. But without further ado, I should get you what Philip Kemp brings to the table. Don't get lost in my own thought. How about I get you the details on Philip Kemp and where he's come from, what he's all about, and what you need to know going into next season. This is not a guy that's going to go and break some records and do some crazy things in the NHL this season. But this is a guy that you do need to know, pay attention to, because he's going to be, from what I've read online, possibly the next Matt Benning in the Edmonton Oilers system. Yeah. Okay, steady Eddie, third pair, right-hand shot guy that the Oilers win with in the lineup. I'll take that. So here you go. This is Philip Kemp's stats going back to 2013, 2014. Let me just get that big for you. This is off of Elite Prospects if you're unfamiliar with where this chart's coming from. He's played with the Yale University team for the past 3 seasons. Before that, he was with USNTDP squad. He's a defenseman. Like I said, he's steady Eddie and, of course, projects to be a third pair guy. So these stats shouldn't be too scary for you. Obviously, with the Ivy League season canceled, he's going to turn pro a year earlier than many would have probably expected, many earlier than I expected. This is not a guy I had on the Oilers' radar to sign this season. But with Yale not playing hockey, it's time to get down to business. And with the Oilers needing some more depth on the blue line in case they decide to leave guys in Europe, right? Obviously, there's a couple guys like Dmitry Samorukov. There's a Philip Berglund. There's a Marcus Niemelainen. There's a couple of names that might just be better left overseas this year, and this adds depth here in North America, or in an alternate reality, adds to the list of guys the Oilers could loan overseas. Yeah, you see how this works, right? So whether that be the path or that not be the path, it'll be interesting to see what the Oilers do moving forward here in what would have been his senior year at Yale with Philip Kemp. So let me get to Twitter, see if I'm missing anything major. I'll read you the Oilers press release. The Oilers have agreed to terms with Philip Kemp on a 3-year entry-level contract through the 2022-2023 NHL season. Kemp, 21, yeah, he's a young guy still, appeared in 32 games with Yale. You saw those stats. He was, his 11 points ranked second among Yale defensemen, and he was also named to the ECAC All-Academic team. Kemp was named Yale's captain for the 2021 season, which was canceled on November 12th as a result of the continuing COVID-19 pandemic. So there you go. That is how quickly things turned around from November 12th to 2 weeks later. Philip Kemp is now an NHL player with a contract. However, is he an NHL caliber player? Yes. Is he an NHL player on the team? No. He's going to most likely, as listed on his Elite Prospects page, be on the Bakersfield Condors or the Edmonton Condors or the Red Deer Condors or wherever the Condors end up finding a home for next season if they aren't playing in Bakersfield. All right? Settled. Oh, bless me. Now, let's move on. The 6'3". I knew that was going to happen. The 6'3", 210-pound blue liner. This guy is big and he's a right-hand shot player. Oh, baby. Light me up. Spent the last 3 seasons with the Bulldogs, appearing in 88 games, accumulating 27 points, 53 penalty minutes, and a +2 rating. Kemp has been named the ECAC All-Academic team in each of his 3 seasons at Yale, so I'm assuming if it's all academic, this guy's got a brain on him, and probably shouldn't be playing hockey the rest of his life. He should probably go, like, be a doctor or something, or whatever he was studying at Yale, because this guy's got the smarts. Or maybe that's what's going to make him a very good hockey player, because if he's got those smarts, he's also got hockey IQ, and that's what we like to see. The Greenwich, Connecticut native has represented USA hockey several times internationally, most recently at the 2019 World Junior Championship, winning a silver medal. He also played for USA at the 2017 Under-18s and the 2016 Under-17 Challenge. Kemp was selected by Edmonton in the 7th round, 208th overall at the 2017 NHL entry draft. So that draft, oh yes, that's after the 16-17 season, of which we made it to the playoffs. So Philip Kemp, that's a deep round pick, but you know what? He's been a national team captain twice. Was going to be a captain with Yale this year, so this guy's got some leadership qualities as well, and a guy that looks to be fitting in with the Bakersfield Condors rather smoothly. So you get into the depth chart here, and of course, even if he doesn't see time with Bakersfield, if he sees the Vinny Desharnais train and goes to the Wichita Thunder, that's a-okay too, because this is a guy who's obviously capable of leading, and as a young guy on an ECHL team, he'll fit right in with guys that are more veteran and more accustomed to having played hockey a long time and having the smarts with all to manage team dynamics, right? Being a captain. So let me get you the cap friendly and kind of find this out. Obviously, this contract does not count too much against the cap. He is on a $786,000 cap hit deal if he plays in the NHL next year. Do I expect Philip Kemp to take over Evan Bouchard or Philip Broberg or William Lagesson on the Edmonton Oilers blue line this year? No. Do I expect him to be a blue liner one day? Hopefully. That'd be nice. Is he another pipeline prospect to go out there and trade at the deadline if we want to upgrade the team? Absolutely he is. So you look at what we've got. Apparently Philip Kemp is registered in the NHL right now, which means he is currently counting against the cap. I don't buy that for a moment, but I guess we'll figure that out later. And on the blue line in Bakersfield, we've got Lundstrom, who's on loan, Broberg, Bouchard, Samorukov, Niemelainen, Berglund, and William Lagesson. And then you've got still Ethan Bear floating around in RFA land, unfortunately for him. So let's get to something Jason Gregor said here. I'll read you what he tweeted out, because he had a good little tweet on the good old Philip Broberg situation here. As let's see what we got. This is actually, he was speaking with Philip Kemp. All right. I'm not the prettiest player, and I know that. This is a quote from Philip Kemp. I think someone of the best D-men are quiet and not noticeable, and when I'm playing, well, that's me. Just play sound defensively and move the puck up. Well, if we're not looking for Matt Benning, I guess we're looking for Philip Kemp. I guess that's what we're looking at here in Philip Kemp, as we've got a little bit else. Where else? I saw it. It was a good little quote here from Jason Gregor. A scout on Philip Kemp. Assertive, makes smart, simple plays, closes quickly. Skating has improved since draft year. Captain and leader, we've already covered that. Likely a solid third pair NHL D-man. And now it all makes sense. You're wondering where I was getting this Matt Benning comparison. Right-hand shot, third pair, solid NHL defenseman. Yes, that is Philip Kemp. The Oilers don't have many right D in the system, so he has good opportunity, and that's where we get to the Bakersfield situation in all of this, where Philip Kemp is, of course, behind the likes of many of our right-hand shot D in the NHL. However, you've got Evan Bouchard, who might factor into the NHL this year. You've got Philip Berglund, who might stay in of course, overseas. So what does that leave you in the AHL? Nothing else signed by the Oilers. There might be some Bakersfield Condors on the roster that have signed AHL contracts, but all of a sudden you put him in the pecking order of who's at the top here when it comes to development, and suddenly, yeah, Philip Kemp, Vinny Desharnais, those are two names you're familiar with. I don't know what's going on with Vinny Desharnais. I think he signed a 2-year deal with Bakersfield, if I remember correct. Somebody from Baco is going to correct me, and we're going to be all good, and somebody's going to get me going in the right direction, pointed once again. But right now, straight up, unless Philip Berglund's coming overseas this year, well, Philip Kemp is a number 1, number 2, or number 3 guy at minimum on the Bakersfield Condors squad this year. Now, rightfully so, a lot of people would say, well, I guess he should be way behind because there should be a guy named John Marino. John Marino? That doesn't sound right. John Marino? Sorry, guys, I've had a long day. Yeah, John Marino. Okay, well, I was thinking of the quarterback in the NFL, Marino. Dan Marino, that's what I was thinking. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's been a long off season. You get where I'm going. We're already 11 minutes deep into this video. I think 5 people have seen my gaff here, but you get where I'm going is, yeah, that should be Marino's spot. It's not, but he wasn't going to sign here. But to wrap this all up with a beautiful bow, the best Oilers news of the day is we signed a college draft pick. Yes, we signed a player that was going to college that we drafted. Now, that's good news for Dylan Holloway, Carter Savoy. Yeah, we'll take it. Guys, I'm Tyson. This is Dolynny TV. Thank you so much for tuning in. Pelle Rasanen up next. No, we got to get Ethan Bear done. I am up on out of here. And I butchered it.